What's going on, guys? It's your boy Adjen back again for another Outerplane video. And for today, I'm gonna be sharing with you everything I know about Notia, her strengths and weaknesses, her gear sets and different types of build, her skill priorities, and how to fully use her in certain different types of scenarios. Just take note that these are just based on my opinions and by my playtesting of her, so take it with a big grain of salt. So Notia is the newest 3-star character to be added into the game, and she is very strong. With the addition of Notia into the game, she brings good news and also she brings bad news. Why is that? The good news is that with the addition of Notia, Cleve is pretty much alive. Yes, she gives a breath of fresh air to the cleavers, including me because I am a main cleaver. And she is a really powerful, strong cleaver character. Now, what about the bad news? The bad news is cleavers are alive. Cleve is alive. Yes, because you will see a lot of Cleve team in arena defense with her on the arena defense team composition. And that is bad news. Yes. So, let us talk about Notia's gear sets and different types of build. So before we talk about her skill set, because or the skill priorities, because skill priorities are based on what type of gameplay you will use Notia. There are different types of build for Notia. One of the most popular build for her is the speed DPS build, because she is a cleaver, and also the one that I'm currently using for her is the main DPS build, which is the crit damage set build. Just take note that Notia is a ranger, and ranger has a really high speed base and also evasion. Those are really important factors to notice because they can be built based on them. And since she has a really high base speed, a speed DPS Notia is one of the most popular ones. Like for example, what should be the base speed build for Notia? Speed DPS build. Like for example, I'm gonna be using this one. If you're gonna be using Notia as a speed DPS build, probably around the most decent speed DPS build is around 3,000 attack with critical chance at around 50%, because usually with regards to the speed build, Notia is paired with Valentine, so you only need 50% critical chance for you to be able to hit critical hit damage to the enemy. And as you can see, this build is very low in my honest opinion. With this type of build, the best speed build that you can but this one has really high speed. As you can see, 282 speed, which is already pretty insane for a DPS character. And this one has 3,384 attack, 44 crit chance, and 214 critical damage. This one can still be improved. This one is pretty much decent, but it's not the best. But I'm just telling you guys probably the main baseline on how to build a speed DPS character for Notia. So at around 3k attack, speed should be around 280 plus, minimum 280. If you're lucky with your gear, this one can go around 300 plus, but that one is really godly gears. Critical chance, as I've said earlier, 50%, because she's going to be paired with a Valentine, and critical damage as high as you can. The other stats here are of no importance because a speed DPS build Notia is also paired with Cindy to give the attack buff and also the accuracy buff, because lots of characters are running high evasion in higher tier in arena. So yeah, that is one of the build for Notia, speed DPS build. Now, the current build that I'm using for my Notia is a dedicated it's a dedicated DPS build with critical damage set. As you can see, my attack is around 3.7k, speed just below 200, 193, 53% critical chance, and the critical damage is around 276%. When this one hits, it hits pretty hard when she cleaves. Also, just take note that her exclusive equipment is really mandatory for you to fully utilize Notia's capabilities, because her exclusive equipment is really strong. If you don't know what this one do, this one has some form of accuracy to water enemies, and also grants Spear's offensive for 1 turn at the start of the battle. This one changes everything for Notia. That is why you should be farming her exclusive equipment if you plan to fully use Notia's capabilities. So aside from a speed DPS build and pure DPS build, Notia can also be built with as a control DPS build. Although I have not tried that one, that is one of the things that I can come up with in my theory crafting for Notia, is the control DPS build. What do I mean by control DPS build? You can build her with speed or critical, but you just need to use some effectiveness. Like for example, this one. You try to raise Notia's effectiveness so that she will land the debuff to the enemy. With this kind of build, as you can see, the effectiveness is already 246%. 246 stats. High effectiveness build is just to land her debuffs, because her debuffs is really strong also when it procs, especially against healers. When you are trying to fight against Tio or Mene, when you land the silence debuff, it's already pretty much game over for the opponent, because they are already locked out. They cannot use their skills, and you have the time to destroy them. That is I think one of the best build for Notia, but that one is also pretty much gear dependent, and it's really hard to pull that off, especially now that there are also cleavers in the arena defense with her addition to the team. And then you can also build her with counter set. Yes, why counter set? Mainly because of her skill 1. This is a support build, counter set support build with high evasion. Because as I've said earlier, Notia has a really high evasion stat, and this one can go into 400 evasion. If you will see here in my build for her, I can come up with around almost 400 evasion once I fully upgraded her. Where is my and then we will where is the evasion? This one. As you can see, this build is already 390 evasion, and really tanky. This one has 8000 HP and high evasion. I can make a 400 evasion build. If you're going for an evasion build, make sure to aim for 400 plus evasion. 400 is the best minimum stat for a really good evade character. And this one is really powerful, especially with this type of necklace for her. This one heals for 30% of max health when dodging an enemy. So whenever you evade, you heal HP, so you will not die. Very strong. I'm really glad that I have this type of necklace for her. I'm still trying to farm some sets, but I will gonna be showcasing her with this type of build in the upcoming future once I've gotten the necessary gear piece that I want. So yeah, evasion build is probably a really good build also, and also counter attack set. The counter attack set is mainly because of her S1, because this one can push your team's priority. At fully max level, this one will go up to 20% priority. This one is really huge. So whenever she counter attacks, she pushes your team, and this one is best paired with Han Bully. Why Han Bully? Because Han Bully also can push your team's priority by counter attacking also. And this one, how many priority this one? 3% priority only, but plus 20% from Notia that is already 23% increase in priority. That one is a really good support with this. That is why I'm planning to build Notia or something like that, paired with Hanbili in arena defense, because counterattacks are best used for arena defense, not in arena opens. I've been talking about Notia mainly for PvP. But what about PvE? Notia is a really good character in PvE also. I tried to use her in Glycis 12, and I've already 3-starred it by using her alongside Noah. Well, Notia is there for as a sub DPS, not the main DPS. But she's a really good character also in PvE, especially in farming stages. Why in farming stages? Because she has 2 cleave attack. Her S2 and her S3 are both really powerful, and it makes clearing stages really easy. Now, let us go to the skill priority. Since I've already talked about the skill builds, I mean the gear builds for her, the skill priority will depend on what type of build you are trying to use Notia. If you are going to be using Notia as a speed DPS character or pure DPS build in PvP, S3 and S2 are really important to max out. But which one to prioritize first? Because skill books are pretty scarce in this game. They are really hard to come by. If you are planning to use a speed DPS build, I think S3 is way better to use. Why S3 instead of S2? Because if Notia is going to attack really fast, by equipping her with a gear that can also debuffs, she don't need to rely on Valentine for her to activate her S2. And also, there are some stages where you don't want to be activating the debuff from Valentine because of the enemy's Distella revenge. Because Notia is very squishy, she might die from that revenge. So you might want to be activating her S2 by her own self. Take note that her S2 can also be triggered by using a debuff weapon like the one that can inflict mark debuff to the enemy, or the one that can inflict burn. If she landed those debuffs, she will automatically activate her S2, meaning she can double cleave like Noah does. But that is if you have a really good debuff weapon for her. So that is one of the things to do. But if you plan to fully utilize Valentine's debuffing ability, the S3, then you might want to prioritize S2. Because once Valentine procs the debuffs or the priority decrease, Notia will automatically activate her S2, meaning this one is a priority. Because if the enemy is still alive during that time and they proc revenge, then Notia might die and might not be able to use the S3. So S2 is the main priority before S3. And if you are planning to build Notia as a counter attack build, S1 should be the priority, because this one gives your whole team 20% priority. Whole team becomes if you what do you call this? No. If it's only have the pure offensive. So yeah, it is a whole team priority increase 20%. So if you're gonna be planning to use her on a counter attack set build, then yeah, prioritize skill 1. And for PvE, just level this one as level 1 upgrade only for the weakness gauge reduction +1. So that is the skill priority for Notia. Now what about her strengths and weaknesses? Notia is really good against characters in arena. Let us go in arena. What the fuck? I've been raided. So against Mayne or something like this team below, Notia is really strong against this one. Especially she can one-shot Rin. Yes, that is how good she is. But what about her weaknesses? Her weaknesses is a very fast Leo. Yes. But there is also a counter attack. I mean the counter for this one. Notia can do this team if you pair her with a really fast Alice. Yes, because Alice can lock Leo. Then, since Alice is proccing some debuffs to the enemy, Notia will be able to clip this one. So Alice plus Notia can counter this one. It also depends on your team composition, by the way. And then, what about, let us see the battle records here. Against this one, Notia can just clip this one. Her main weaknesses is double Stella. Yes, because if you cannot one-shot Stella and then this Stella, then both this Stella and Stella will just proc their revenge. And Notia will just die from those revenge. Since she's very squishy, if it hits, then it's already game over once Notia dies. That is one of her main weaknesses. And also, one of her main weaknesses is the cleave team also. Like for example, this very first team here. Notia and Valentine. Notia, you will lose this fight if you get outsped. That is the battle of speed. Cleave versus cleave is just whoever takes their turn first wins. That's the way of the cleavers. That's the life of the cleavers. So yeah, that is all about Notia. That is everything I know about Notia, and I hope that this video will help you when it comes to building your Notia. And I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. Appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.